Well, today we're going to look at one of the Sanguisorbas. This is Sanguisorba Menziesii, and it was named after Alexander Menzies, who travelled on one of the famous Navy trips to Alaska. That's its homeland. It really is a fantastic thing, particularly in this form. And how would you describe it? Well, to me, the surface of the leaf is almost a blue-grey, which is very attractive in itself. But as far as you would judge Sanguisorbas, this has got one of the largest heads of all. I picked up this form at Great Dixter, and they always specialise in good forms there. It's quite a long-lived plant. It's been in the garden now here for about 8 years, I would say. The only thing is, sometimes when I come down to collect the seed from it, I see that the mice have collected them for me, and I don't know where the mice are. So there we are, Sanguisorba Menziesii. We've got lovely plants of this available on the nursery at the moment. No one buys it because it's not in flower. Always takes 2 years to flower. And the Amsonias are a great speciality of ours. Now I have to tell you that this one is a little bit past its best, but I think you would agree with me when I say that the texture of this plant is absolutely wonderful. What we're seeing here, you can see we're late in flower because the seed pods are actually beginning to form. They're very, very dark purple. I'd never noticed that before, actually. But the blue of the flower is exquisite, I think. It's like a pale spode blue, really. Now, what is also very, very good about the Amsonias is that they leaf after flowering. And you can see all these shoots here, which are beginning to emerge from below the flower. This will create this wonderful mass of green foliage through the summer, which will always look attractive. This form is a form of Hubrichtii, Amsonia Hubrichtii, and is called Ernst Pagels, after the famous German nurseryman. Now, the next plant is much more humble, I would say, but I love it. And it's this little Calamintha nepeta, or nepetoides. The flowers have just started, and here we are at the beginning of June. They'll carry right the way on through into the autumn. The plant's got a super scent too, quite minty, bit catty too, you might say, but I like it very, very much. And I think looking at it now, what it strikes me, when it does get a little bit tired in the summer, what you could do, you could cut this plant right back, and I'm sure as long as you fed it and perhaps watered it well for a week or so, you'd be rewarded with a fresh crop of flowers. And this is our old friend here, Eryngium. Now, of course, this is often known as Miss Wilmot's ghost, but Martin Ricks collected this plant, and he's one of our English botanists, an expert on fritillaries, in fact. And Martin collected this north of Trabzon in Turkey. And I think in many respects it's a much better plant than Miss Wilmot's ghost. It really does go very, very silvery indeed. And it goes by the name of, I may have mentioned it already, Silver Ghost.